Fu, back to you in the studio.
All right, Sasha, thank you. And now you can go finish your shopping.
Yeah.
With 2016 coming to an end, 2017 hopefully will bring changes and a fresh start.
2017 also brings some new laws here in California, and joining us to talk about some of them is Vikas Bajaj, a criminal defense attorney and legal analyst. Nice to see you.
Good evening, thank you.
There are a couple of big ones that talk about. Let's begin with sexual assault. There are two important laws that will go into effect in the new year. One signed by Governor Brown earlier. Tell us about those.
That's correct. These are two really earth-shattering or moving types of laws that have really tough consequences for individuals who are charged with certain offenses. And they are reactionary measures which really can dovetail onto specific cases. For instance, the Bill Cosby case with the allegations, the criminal allegations. A lot of the criminal allegations could not be prosecuted because of a statute of limitations. Well, that has now changed. Governor Brown, in response to that, has signed into law the abolition of a statute of limitations. So that charge can be brought up like a murder charge without any recognition of a statute of limitations.
So that's for all cases or just sexual assault?
Rape cases in California.
Okay.
Yes, and those are the allegations that Cosby was facing, was the sexual assault and rape, but more for rape. That's a situation that's been changed. Also, as you pointed out, there's a second law, and this is in response to Brock Turner, the Stanford swimmer who was sentenced to a probationary term for a rape of an unconscious person. Well, also a reactionary law. What's happened now is Governor Brown has said the judiciary, the court system, can no longer have the discretion to sentence individuals to probation rather than prison, therefore making it a prison mandatory felony offense.
All right. Well, there's all kinds of laws, and a lot of them are on the books for a long time. We don't even know about them sometimes. One of them has to do with the name Redskins, doesn't it? Teams now in the state of California cannot use that name for their teams anymore.
Right, and you'd probably see California being a pioneer in this type of legislation. This is a brewing that has been going on for quite a while, almost a decade now, where the individuals from the American Indian descent said, this is a descriptive term judging us by the color of our skin, therefore Redskins. It's derogatory, it's offensive. The governor has now said we're not allowing it here in California. A couple of high schools have done away with their mascots. Others have changed their mascot names from Redskins to names such as Tribe, which are not as offensive.
Another new law that many workers are excited about is the increase in minimum wage. It's going to start incrementally.
That's correct, and there's two different groups that one may fit into. If you are a corporation or a business with 26 or more employees, you will start to pay the employees more starting January 1st, 2017. If you are not, however, if you're a smaller business with 26 or fewer employees, the rate increases will begin in 2018 and gradually make their way to the $15 mark in 2023. Whereas for individuals or companies that have greater than 26 employees, the $15 mark will be met in 2022.
Quick thing about distracted driving. This is a big one for me. They changed the rules again. You're not supposed to have these in your hands. That's hands-free. But now you can only touch it once, according to this new law, right?
Exactly. And a lot of people are sort of labeling this one touch or one swipe.
Yeah.
And one may question how realistic it is, but at the same point in time, there are lives that are being lost every day by individuals who are not intoxicated or speeding, but instead they are distracted. So this is also a very well thought out reactionary measure. Interestingly enough, the one thing we think is okay to mess around with on our phones is navigation.
That's it.
Well, that's included. You
Right.
can't touch your navigation any more than one touch or one swipe.
It'll be interesting to see how they enforce that.
Absolutely.
But, who knows? Technology is such. Maybe Big Brother will be able to figure it out in another year or two. Something that I've experienced before, in a shopping mall or at a park, and you see a dog locked in a hot car.
Right, and I have had the opportunity to represent individuals in this community who have lost their animals. Unbeknownst to them, temperatures rose and they just didn't have the amount of time to come on back out to their vehicle. Now, if you notice something like this, if you notice a dog is inside a vehicle and seems to be hot outside, well, you have the authority as a citizen to actually vandalize the other person's property to help free the animal.
So break a window.
That's correct, but there are two requirements that we can't can't lose sight of. Number one, you have to do your best to locate the owner of the vehicle, such as going into the store. If
Make
it's
an
a
effort.
commercial, exactly. And secondly, you must ask for law enforcement to be dispatched so they know about a potential vandalism.
Well, new laws, and as a lawyer, you'll be busy.
That's correct, yes.
Thank you so much. Happy New Year.
Same to you. My pleasure.
Appreciate
Thank
you
you.
being here.